Peaceful house. An old lady named Mabel lived at the edge of a quiet village in a small, yet it brought her comfort and beauty in its own untamed way. People in the village often wondered how she stayed so calm despite having so little, as if answering her words with affection. An old rocking chair and a heart full of peace. She always smiled and said, "The less I carry, the more room I have for peace." Box with a golden lock hidden beneath the bench. Oh my. What have you found, Shadow? As the fire crackled softly, the lock suddenly clicked open, but from a deep, peaceful realization. I thought the box would give me something, but it reminded me that I already have everything I need. Mabel had opened the box expecting treasure, but found peace instead. The greatest gifts come without a sound. The empty wooden box rested quietly outside. Leaves drifted gently to the ground. Beside her cup, a silent reminder that sometimes Mabel began to laugh, not out of sadness or madness. Her hands trembled as she lifted the lid, only to find it completely empty. There was no gold, no letter, not even dust. She made herself a cup of tea and sat by the fire, with Shadow curled up beside her. But so is life sometimes. Days passed until one evening. "Do you think it's something special?" she asked, and the cat purred softly as though replying, "You will see. I've lived my whole life without waiting for anything. But, all right, let's see." Each morning she tried to open the box, it wouldn't open. But something about it felt mysterious, as if it whispered to her. "Still locked," Mabel would say. She whispered, picking it up. Shadow walked proudly beside her, tail high, occasionally pawing at a fallen leaf. The cat circled a spot by the bench and pawed at the ground. "Inside is what you have been waiting for all your life." Mabel chuckled and said, "Curious." Mabel asked, "Shadow, what is it?" And each night she placed it back on the shelf. Still smiling, Shadow often sat nearby, quietly watching. Her home was simple, a warm fireplace. Though Mabel had no family left and very little in savings, she was content. One crisp autumn morning, Mabel stepped outside to sweep her porch. The wooden floors creaked softly beneath her steps whenever she spoke. Shadow purred or rubbed against her legs. Her garden was overgrown with weeds and wildflowers. The cool wind played with the orange and brown leaves swirling around her feet. Mabel lived alone except for her loyal black cat, Shadow, who followed her everywhere, from sweeping the porch to sitting by the fire. Mabel bent down and noticed a small wooden. Suddenly, he stopped near an old flower pot and began to meow loudly. Shadow sat nearby, watching her intently, as if waiting for her to open it. "All this time," she whispered. For a moment, Mabel sat in silence. Then Shadow rubbed against her legs and purred. Mabel took the box inside, and her faded curtains hung gently by the window. She loved them just the way they were.